Dale Not Dale Podcast.
Uncle Dale and Vaughn with stories to unfold. So sit back, relax, and behold. We discussing life and all its ups and downs. Tune in from your side of town. Talking pop cultures, movies, and TV shows. Giving the thoughts and much more. This shit is style, clothes, and gadgets galore. Keeping you entertained, you'll be begging for more. Cause we gon' laugh and hey, maybe even crying. But one thing's for sure, you'll be smiling. Cause Uncle Dale and Vaughn are at your side. So come along, join, and let's ride.
They bring the heat, and the guests are supreme. They ain't just a dude.
All right, we are live with one of my good friends, fellow podcaster, fellow Marbellian, fellow Louisianian.
Yeah.
Dude.
For those that don't know what a Marbellian is, it is a neighborhood.
It's our neighborhood.
Called
It's
Marbella.
Buster's he's like the Uncle Buster of
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll take that title.
Yeah.
I've nicknamed Marbella Mardrama.
Oh man,
There's more drama in that neighborhood than anywhere in the world.
it's such a great place though, man. It's
Right here is great. All of my neighbors are 60 plus years and older. They got no kids. They're all going to die. I'm going to end up buying this whole neighborhood. It's going to be my compound.
I love it, man.
So yeah, so
Can we get a lot?
we got Buster Caballero joining us live, man.
Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, dude. So, just a backstory. I've known Buster for quite a few years since moved to Texas. We have some mutual friends. Once we connected, if you're from Louisiana, you always ask about who you know, and we had some mutual friends. And then since then, so Buster started a podcast years ago. What year did you start yours?
2018.
So 2018 and 2019, I actually did an episode with him and had some fun on there. So wanted to get him on, return the favor.
Gracias.
Yeah, man, you're an interesting guy. I do listen to your podcast. I listened to your last couple recently just to really freshen up on your stuff. I really like the one you just posted, the one day or day one. I think it was that.
One day or one day, man.
Yeah, one day or one day. Yeah.
It's simple theory. It's waxings of a philosophical good old boy, you know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, we wanted to get you in, dude. I told Vaughn, and yeah, I know it was short notice. We had a cancellation. I was like, man, it'd be a good time to get you in. It's just fun to have them in person.
That doesn't mean you're second best.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just glad to be here, bud. You know, I'll take third, fourth, fifth, whatever.
Yeah, it was Taylor Swift was supposed to come on, and then we just was like, all right,
man.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one.
yeah, she's pretty good.
I hear she's popular.
We are the number one podcast on Calder Road. So
That true? That is true. That's true, man.
Where do you follow Marbella?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. You've been at it longer than me, so
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Are we about to compare analytics here? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get to that one. I can't.
We stopped looking at them.
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So what's your background? Like, I just kind of talk about. Like I said, I want to bring you on. You got a podcast. I've been on it. I enjoy it. You have a lot of besides you have a guest, you have quick hitters that. You're a very intelligent dude, man. Like I said, I really like listening to it because it's definitely different than us. It's like we're just a bunch of idiots that have fun and.
Yeah, but man, y'all are bringing on people. Y'all are doing the same thing we're doing, having conversations, talking with guys, having fun about it. I mean, why can't you just do that? That's the biggest thing about it. For me, I'm a little busier right now, so my availability to get somebody in and sit down for like a full hour is very limited this time. So, but in the space of everything, I'm just going to sit down and throw something out there. Usually something I've got my little notes of what I want to talk about. Issues and things like that, or subjects that come up. So, but man, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's what I've noticed is, you got some podcasts, and this is again, I'm actually new to the podcast game in general, listening and being on one. I mean, we're a year and a half in, but you can tell the ones where people aren't relaxed and they're just like real processed and like. There's a ton of scripting going on, and you can tell there's some uncomfortableness. And then whenever they start to slow down, you hear the ums and the dead silence, and they try to fill it with something. So it's one of those things. Just lay back, have fun, talk, shoot the shit.
It is very much a a conversation, and it's almost if like you take away all the podcast gear and everything like that and sit down, like, can you just have a conversation with someone and be interested in them and ask questions and go about that? And I was on one recently, and those guys were prepared and they knew how to flow, and it was really a good time with them. But they weren't like, well, what are we going to do next?
Yeah.
And all, so
Yeah.
Yeah, you see those, and that's, man. If you can have a conversation with anybody, and we're all three in sales, so you know how it is. I mean,
yeah.
you gotta be able to keep the things going. You gotta find something, build rapport. That's a big part of what we do, and so I think that all translates to conversation on podcasts. I mean, that's really just what it is.
I would even think doing this makes you better at your job.
Yeah,
because you get to practice more.
Yeah. I mean, just from what we've started doing to now, like how we converse, and like we've always had good banter. We go back and forth. It's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the more reps, I mean, you definitely can see a big difference.
Yeah, this is your 70th episode.
70, yeah.
That's consistent over the year, man. That's not missing.
We missed
You
one week.
never missed a week.
God, I love it. I missed like 3 or 4 last month.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to get back, but been doing some traveling, and y'all have a great setup here too. Y'all are professional as can be. And, for me, I'm running my one-man show on that. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of steak this November, so I'm baking you.
I got it.
Don't be a chicken and shop at the grocery store like usual. Get Good Ranchers instead.
I love Good Ranchers.
Their Black Friday Your Way sale is live, and it's something you don't want to miss. Yes, they have great meat puns, but they have even better meat. And this November, you get to pick your favorite meat to get free for a year.
What?
Yes, you pick a year of free steak, salmon, chicken, or bacon when you subscribe to any box right now.
Better yet, when you subscribe to any box on GoodRanchers.com, you not only get a free gift of meat worth how much? $480, but you also get $15 off your box with my special code DNDPOD. Are you craving hand-cut top sirloin steaks, Vaughn?
Yes,
Are you searching for wild-caught salmon fillets?
all the time.
Are you praying for better than organic chicken breasts?
Hello.
Well, perhaps salivating for mouth-watering applewood smoked bacon?
There went my drool.
If so, then shop at Good Ranch, because this November, the choice is all yours, Vaughn.
The only big deal your grocery store has is on expired yogurt.
Ugh.
So ditch the meat aisle and subscribe at GoodRanchers.com today. You could save up to $500 with their Black Friday offer. No purchase of expired yogurt required. Claim your year of free meat. $15 off and free shipping.
My code.
When you use my code
DNDPOD
at GoodRanchers.com.
Why choose Good Ranchers?
Well, too many reasons. How much time you got?
This is ad reader, not that much long time. Okay, because they are the number one place to get all-American beef, pork, chicken, and seafood. With Good Ranchers, there's no second guessing. And did I mention free meat puns? I believe you did, actually.
Yeah.
Go to GoodRanchers.com on Black Friday your way. Use my code, DNDPOD, for how much off?
$15 off.
$15 off any box and a year of your favorite meat for free when you subscribe. Now, that's chicken, steak, salmon, or bacon. The GoodRanchers.com. That's GoodRanchers.com. Use my code DNDPOD. American meat delivered. Yeah, we've been faking it till we make it, man. But we wanted to. We wanted to get buy good gear. Mm-hmm. We got a guy. We got our producer.
Yeah.
We have an art guy that does our website. I mean, we wanted to make it look like it's the real deal. And it's been pretty easy to do that.
Yeah.
So that's what's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, when you start getting into this and realizing your setup, your lights, your recorder, your camera, your settings, your hosting, all the everything, and once you get that down, it's just hit record and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We I was looking back not too long ago about where we started and where we're at now, and it is vastly different as far as knowing what you're doing, right?
Do y'all go back and listen to episodes?
I do. Like, I look at the ones that we recorded like the actual video portion of it, you know, I go back and listen to them, and it's rare, but sometimes I'll go back or just accidentally click on one, and I remember something being funny in there, and I'll go back to it. But you know, the humor's been the same. We haven't nothing's. It's always been the same, but it's like sound quality. It's like the video quality, the comfortability. You know, we're not so posed or like real tight or anything like that. It's just kind of hanging out. So, but it's been, you know, 70 episodes in, we still don't know anything.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. I'm 42 years on Earth, and I still don't know it.
Hey, so one thing I want to talk to you about, like, so I've known you for quite a few years, and like, I like a lot of your stuff you talk about. I know stuff you do at the church. I know I recently became friends with Matt Jones from your church. Great guy.
Stud.
Work out with him.
Oh, you do?
He's an animal.
He's not your typical pastor.
No.
He's a stud. I love that guy.
So me and him became good friends there, man. I really had some good conversation with him. And then I mentioned you. I said, hey, man, I see my Buster. I said, I know my friend Buster goes there, and I seen you went to that men's group. He invited me to go with him that time. I couldn't go. But he's definitely somebody I'd like to get close to, and even more just talking with him. He's a very, very cool guy.
Yeah.
Normal dude.
Loves to work out, loves his family, and he's like the pastor, but he's also like wicked sense of humor. Like keeps me cracking up laughing. And not your typical feel good pastor. He's one that's gonna call you out. He's gonna make you feel uncomfortable.
Challenge you.
Yeah. And I'm sitting in church and he says something and Kelly just slaps me and she's like, that's you. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. But since then, you know, like I said, I've seen you turn from the old Buster.
Yeah.
To like, well, you went through like, you started doing your 75 hards.
Did that.
I want to talk about that because like I've seen you do it. Dude, you went like, you ever heard, 75 hard?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's done it like 8 times in a row. He's like 600 hard.
Yeah. No, so I did it like right after the program came out, like probably 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. And I was like, man, I needed to do something. I had a moment in my life where I was like, I got to make a change. I got to do something. I just had my 3rd kid. I was still having a lot of fun. Didn't really have that responsibility set yet. So I was like, I'm just going to try this. I'm going to go for it. And it turned into something where I did it for the whole year program. Because as soon as like I got done, I'm like, what's next? And they're like, there's a new component to this.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go. Let's redo. Let's do it again. And let's go. And it turned into a big 2-year process. And man, every once in a while, I feel like I just need a recalibration. So I'll just hit it again. And it's a great program. Jared just did it on his.
I seen the post.
Yeah, him and his wife did it. And so I love to see what people find out and figure out during it. Some people are just like, I did it all. What'd you figure out? It was fun. Oh, okay.
So what was your epiphany? Like, what was your moment from that?
So, and I started doing it when I was like, 38, 39 or so. And I'm a good timer. I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah, Party Buster.
Party Buster's fun, and we've experienced that guy together and Party Dale, and so I need to find out about Party Vaughn, man. What's that guy like?
I need to find out about him too. Unfortunately, I haven't drank in 4 years, so my parties are a little different now.
That's great, man.
Now I'm just a stick in the mud and just
no.
Just kidding.
I will say this. I went 2 years, didn't drink. I felt like I completely detoxed, got it out of my system. And what I really did was took that time and like refocused priorities, got just stuff in line, started saying, what can I do away with? What can I do away with? Especially refocusing on the family and the kids and business and everything like that. And it just got really closer to a lot of people. And so that really helped me to take a point in my life where I was like, what the hell am I going to do next? And re-engage on it. Because like they say, once you get your health in line and you get that under control, everything clears up a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it was definitely, when you stop focusing on, drinking and partying and stuff like that, everything else, I was like, well, I don't have anything better to do, so I might as well just focus on this or focus on that. So, I built a wood shop in the backyard. I became a woodsman. I don't know what happened. So yeah, I mean,
Like, are you making tables or cutting boards or what? Or
I made that table. I made that table over there. Is a pineapple on it? No, I'm not a swinger, but there's a pineapple on it.
You just had the stencil.
Yeah, and I
carved
just,
it.
and then I just
Whittled.
No, I formed the whole table and put the stencil in the deal. So yeah, I don't know why I did it.
That's good, man. Well, you find time and you're like, what interests me?
And you gotta fill the time.
Yeah.
Because idle time is not good for me.
No.
I mean, I can get myself in too much trouble if I don't have enough things to do. So.
Yeah, but I became a rucker real hard on that one.
Dude.
Like
Rucking with Buster.
Yeah. Throw that vest on.
You and Todd. Todd was your OG, man.
Todd, man, we went on some good walks and we had some good conversations. We did it through hurricanes. I mean, there was one time where he's like, "Are you going this morning?" I think it was Hurricane Elma or what was it? Imelda or something like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going." I was like, "It's just rain and wind. There's no lightning." And we get all the way across the neighborhood and it just like lights up the sky and we've got metal plates on. I'm like, we need to go faster. It's either that or hot under the bridge. It's like, we still got 20 minutes to go.
Oh, shit. That's funny. Yeah, so like I said, I guess from there, like, what was your biggest change, you think, from the 75 hour? Really, I mean, like I said, I know you made a bunch of change in your life, but how much has that stuck with you throughout the time, since then?
A lot of it still sticks with me. I still like to go on a ruck. Went this morning, and one of the biggest things is that morning routine that's set up where wake up, drink water, throw on my rucksack, go for a ruck, come back in, sit in my chair in my office, get my book out, start reading 10 pages. I'm always reading something. That's one of the biggest things that stuck with me is I'm always trying to consume a book and see what am I finding. And like recently, Kelly and I'll go for a ruck, she'll go for a walk, and we come back and we sit down and we kind of do like a little Bible study we've been doing on that side. Just clarity and understanding, like, what do you want to look for? What do you want to find? What are you trying to discover more about yourself?
Yeah.
So, and then just, man, I've always been the chubby fat kid. I didn't play football. I didn't play basketball. I played Little League, and my biggest, like, I've had a very high on-base percentage in Little League because I was very good at taking the hits.
Yeah.
And after a while, the coach was like, "Hey, that right side's looking a little tender. Why don't you switch hit on the other side?" So I'd switch. And I'd be like, "Ow!" But I was on base all the time, so
you can go to the Hall of Fame doing that.
Hell yeah, Lafourche Parish Hall of Famer on base percentage.
That's funny.
Oh, that's good. So how long you been in Texas from Louisiana?
14 years. I came here in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when I met my wife.
Hey, he's a success story from eHarmony.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Really?
We're old school, like.
Dude, eHarmony, is that even around?
It is. I went on the website the other day, and
They
I was
go to
like,
the picnics.
Yeah, we were almost in the commercial.
Really?
We were like going to do an interview, and then Kelly's grandfather passed away, and we like couldn't do it, and then I guess they were like, "Oh, sorry, too late."
Next person.
Yeah, maybe I can get a like real good success story now. 13 years of marriage, 3 kids, all that. So. But yeah, it was.
So you went on the other day? Are you trying to find another marriage and 3 more kids?
I was just like you. It was like, does this? Because everybody's on Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. When you start asking people like, how'd y'all meet? It's funny because it's the same stigma. Like, oh, we met through friends and everything. And what they don't tell you is the friends is people on Bumble and Hinge.
Yeah.
And they're like, how'd y'all meet? I'm like, eHarmony, original one.
Dude, I swear I did not know. I have not heard in the last 10 years somebody say, "Hey, I got this date. I met this girl on eHarmony."
Yeah.
I never met anybody in my life until I met Buster.
I mean, I've heard Farmers Only,
Yeah.
but not
Really?
eHarmony. Yeah, FarmersOnly.com.
I haven't experienced those people yet.
Yeah,
me either.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that one. No,
There's all kind of dating for any kind of site you want to get. You just got to find that. I'm sure there's like, one for people who do crack or something.
Dude,
God,
my brother does that. He found a bunch of chicks on there.
They're all itching to get married.
Oh, my mom will listen to this.
Oh, dude, I hope she does. I'm gonna send it to her.
She probably laughed. I know she is.
I will. Oh, that's great. I lost it on that. She's. Oh God, sorry.
Yeah, so eHarmony, man. I know when he told me that when I met you years ago, dude. I was like, that's funny. I was like, you don't know it. I never met anybody I met from eHarmony. He's like, we grew up seeing the site.
Yeah, the commercials.
Yeah,
this will be an everlasting love.
I didn't even remember the song.
That was the song. And then it's funny because our neighbors, like our first house in Marbella, where we had our neighbors moved in, and we got to know them, and we're talking to them. It's like, how'd you meet? And then they were kind of being a little weird. You can tell like they didn't want to say for sure. It was like, man, did y'all meet in rehab or something? Yeah. And one night after drinking in the garage and having a good time, like Kelly comes in, she goes, I found out how they met. I was like, how? eHarmony. I run back out. I'm like, hey, y'all knew our story. Why are y'all ashamed? I ended up performing their ceremony. So, really? Yeah.
He's officiant as well.
Yep.
Nice.
I just did one about a month ago.
I saw that,
My
man.
4th or 5th wedding. I think 4th. It was fun, man. It was a good time.
How do you prepare for those? You got the baker's handbook?
No. You know what? My first one, actually, me and Vaughn collabed on because he's done some, and he helped me out.
A bunch of ministers just sitting around here.
Yeah, dude.
Podcast.
Men of the cloth.
Yeah, men of the cloth, dude.
We had a whole episode talking about that one time.
Yeah, on those, like I never thought about being serious. So I like to write stuff. So I just kind of make stuff up, and then I send it to the bride and groom, and they're like, "That's hilarious," or "That's overboard."
Yeah.
So Dale does the same kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like I've always had like a little monologue, like a comedy at the beginning, and then we get into the thing. But man, I tell you what, the first one I did, the one he wrote for me, then I wrote my monologue thing. Dude, it killed. I mean, I made a Bama joke in it because her family was from Bama.
Nice.
That killed.
Got to get it.
I had the whole crowd going Roll Tide and Go Tigers like in the middle of the ceremony. It was a typical Louisiana wedding.
They ended up getting married too. It wasn't just about Dale.
They've got the wedding photo in the back where they're walking down the aisle. Dale's in the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Got to be in the front.
You haven't had anybody divorce yet. That's a good thing.
No, I'm good. I'm
30-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had 2 divorces.
man, that's a bunch of weddings.
Yeah. I went on a tear for a while.
Really?
30-2.
Yep.
30. So 30 weddings, 2 divorces.
Yep. So really, I guess it'd be 28-2.
28-2.
Yeah.
How? When did you start doing it?
Back in college, I guess.
That's why. Because
all
your buddies were getting married.
Yeah.
Yes.
My first wedding, it was so funny. I was working at a bank, and the girl was getting married, and she came in, and we were all excited for her. They got engaged, and she came in, and she's like, got to find a new place. I'm like, why? What happened? She goes, well, we went to their church, and she was white and Catholic. He was black and Baptist, and each one of them wanted them to convert. And I'm like, and they were like, we've been together 14 years.
Wow.
Common
law.
And so I just jokingly said, I'll go get ordained, and I'll do it for y'all. And they were like, okay. And I was like, put up or shut up. Let's go. And I think I was like 02 or something like that. 01 or 02, one of those anyway. And so I did it. And then next thing I know, so I'll date myself too. Remember when emails were the viral thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever get the email about the Louisiana Cajun wedding?
No.
You never. So that went around, and that was the one I did. And people were like passing around and messaging me like, I just got this email. Are you the minister in this wedding? I'm like, that's me. That's me.
From Cut Off, Louisiana.
Yep. It was down in Lockport. We took mud boats to get back to the wedding. It was a blast. So
That sounded like a good time.
it was a really good time. We passed a good time at that one.
I did a wedding at a venue and got done, and it was in the middle of, God, I can't even remember where it was. It was like, it was way out it was in the sticks. And she said, hey, we do a wedding about every weekend. Would you be willing to be the guy we call to come do these weddings? And I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't even know these people.
He's a hired gun.
Yeah. I got to know the people, really.
all the ones I've done. Even, I mean, the last one I knew the girl pretty well. I never met her husband till the day of. Mm-hmm. But I knew him, and they were in a bind. Theirs had a double booked.
Yeah,
and she come like a month out, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Let's go. So. That's kind of how those kind of work out. Like the first one, I made a joke about it to my cousin. Then he called me a couple months later. Hey, you want to do it? I'm like, what? And I was like, oh shit, I guess let's go.
Why not?
Yeah,
I love a good time.
Yeah,
I love a wedding.
We were supposed to do a wedding in June. They never wrote back.
This lady hit me up in Oklahoma wanted me to do her wedding. A fan, but didn't do it.
That'd be a good little side gig too.
A tag team wedding.
What do you charge for a wedding? I never charged anybody for my wedding.
I never have.
It's been anywhere between $100 or a bottle of scotch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did get a $150 Perry's gift card for this last one I did.
Oh, that's good.
And I told her not to pay me, but she did as a gift.
That's
so
good.
Nice gift.
Nobody's ever offered to pay me.
You get what you're worth.
They also bring me too because they know I won't drink any of their alcohol.
You're still cutting your teeth, man. Trust me. What you need to do is get a highlight reel going.
You need a viral email.
I need to.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube and type in Louisiana Cajun wedding, it pulls up.
Yeah.
And you can see like the roll from it and everything.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make a reel for this.
All right.
I'm gonna just marry somebody for the fun of it and make it real.
There you go.
I'm just go to HEB.
So what's the basis of your what's the good old boy? Tell me about what's good old boy.
So growing up from South Louisiana, you're from the West Coast. I'm from the East Coast side of Louisiana, but I always said if I wasn't born in Cutoff, I would have been born in Lake Charles because I've spent so much time there, like a lot.
His best friend that we both mutual friends is from Westlake, my hometown. It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Westlake, a lot of time in Lake Charles. But the whole premise of it is just, I don't feel as though conversation, if you're having it with people, needs to be like so far up in the clouds. It can be a very common language, common spoke, common just interests on a very simplistic level. And everybody knows a good old boy, somebody that can either fix something for you, has the tool, has that wisdom, has that skill. They're just extraordinarily common men.
Yeah.
Maybe a woman. I don't know how we identify that nowadays, but just not anything fancy, not anything flashy, just good people.
Yeah.
So, I say like, them's good people, as they say on the bio. So,
yeah.
And that's just what stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Plus, the domain was available. So,
hey, also one day I ran out of gas. I called a good old boy. He came and saved me.
Yeah, I did.
Me and Mackenzie. She was all nerved up. He had to come. I ran out of gas.
Wait, hold on a second.
Me and Bronson.
You ran out. You're an adult.
I know. Well, Bronson had a haircut at Lou's, and I was low on gas. I was like, dude, I don't want to be late for your hair appointment. Let's just go. We're going to go straight there.
Yeah.
We go there because I hate putting gas in my vehicle. It's just a pain in the ass. So we go there, boom. And then, get the haircut. We're on time. We go to leave, and we die in the parking lot. I was like, oh, shit. I called Buster up. We had video of all.
Yeah.
Was it a gas truck or diesel?
It was a gas.
Okay.
It was my way to F-150.
Nowadays, if you run a gas and a diesel, are they still really, really hard to start?
I don't know. I don't want to find that out.
I don't know if anybody's ran out of gas in a car.
Yeah.
Not as an adult.
You call a good old boy.
Yeah.
He came.
That's what it's about. Like, you run into trouble, you need something, who can you call? What do you have? What do you need? And if not, you tell somebody and they know somebody, and it's a network of it. So, that
was funny.
Yeah, I think I was like at the house, and just surprisingly, the good old boy in me has like 8 gas cans ready to go at any time.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I think I got some. Hold on.
Like Buster needs some help. You got your Rolodex of friends for whatever you may need. I was like, all right, Buster. He'll probably show up on an airboat.
Golf cart.
Golf cart.
I have a set of friends that I know I could call and they'd come help me, but I just don't call them because the amount of hell that I'm going to get for the next rest of my life.
Well, that's part of the fun of it.
We posted on Instagram.
Yep. And I'm like pouring it in, just like.
I'd be too embarrassed to tell another adult that I ran out of gas.
Well, I'd have no shame.
Well, you
yeah, you don't.
I love it.
You don't at all. No.
I don't care.
I mean, that's okay.
You're probably like, I got other things to do today.
Yeah. I need somebody to come fill my gas tank.
Exactly.
You purposely ran out of gas, so somebody else put some in for you.
Yeah. You got 5 gallons. Bring 10. I need a little bit more gas.
Knowing Dale, he didn't pay for that gas.
Oh, no.
Look, I'm at a point in my life, I don't need to be Venmoing. You want to have some fun? Go look at your Venmo account and look at your friends Venmoing each other back and forth and for what it's like. And it's always like Chick-fil-A, this, that. And I'm like, I just hope my credit's good with y'all.
Yeah.
You're good with me.
I know.
Man, now it's making me want to.
That bugs me about Venmo. I know, dude. I'm like, I don't need you to go halvesies with me for like. I got it. Like,
it's got to be $50 or more, maybe. You know, like if I'm selling something, then we're doing that. But go look at it and you'll see. And you're like, why is there a Chick-fil-A or like ballet tickets or whatever D or something like that? Oh,
it's always something. I know there's some random stuff, and I always put random comments in mine just to make it funny. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, every one of mine is a lot of money. Well, who the hell am I paying?
No, it's not yours. At your
Not
friend's
yours.
transactions.
Look at the main feed with all the friends and people.
Oh yeah, you know what really? Speaking of Venmo,
what's your beef?
Well, here we go.
Okay, we got a new segment. We're going to ask you. We got it. So Good Ranchers is our sponsor, and so we started a new segment 2 episodes ago called "What's Your Beef?"
Oh man!
And so Von's about to drop a "What's Your Beef?"
and you gave me the "What's your beef?"
Go for it.
Okay. When people are like when you go to let's say you're playing cornhole and you lose a game, and let's say your game is $20, so I pay you $20. Well, then you beat me, then you pay me $20 back. I'm so tired of seeing those transactions. Like, why don't you just keep a tab or a log? Whoever's up at the end of the night, then you pay them. Whoever's down at the end of the night, then obviously they get paid. So that drives me insane. On top of that, when a married couple, husband and wife, whenever they put on their feed, like if they go to dinner and the wife Venmos the husband, like sushi. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Wow.
It happens all the time.
I've never seen that.
They need Jesus.
And these are the same people. Here's another beef.
We're going to talk about like people on Facebook who have joint share accounts.
You just get brought up another one. I mean, for the love of God, why? When somebody has a Facebook page and it is a coexisting Facebook page, you know that there's trust issues there. It is.
One of them fucked up.
Yeah. And then and I'm a flip a quarter type of guy. Was it Shanisha or was it Tyler?
Well, we need to see which one's the birthday is under.
That's
dude, I tell you
that's NCIS stuff right there.
Yeah. What you been doing?
That's just how you know. You look at the thing.
Dude, I didn't even think of that. That's pretty genius.
We got a buddy that has one with his wife, and we're just kind of like, "What'd you do? What'd you do?" And he's like, "Nothing. We just felt it would be easier." We're like, "Okay." And they'll post something, and we'll look at it. And we'll all stand around being like, "That was him." Yeah, it'll be like all emotional and stuff. Like that's him.
That's him,
dude. Hey, there's a beef there,
dude. You're really passionate about that beef.
I know. I'm telling you.
I don't think I've ever experienced that. That's
with the back and forth Venmos.
Yeah,
I do know some married couples that are like that. Well, I'll pay for this. You pay for. I'm like, I don't know.
Throw it all in the same
I have
bucket.
a friend.
I'm the same way, man. Like from the Bible, dude, about how that's the original way to do things with couples. But I do know some couples that are totally joint, separate. Everything is just
that's
different.
me.
You like that?
Separate, yeah. My wife and I have separate bank. Hell, we got separate banks. Our banks don't even have conversations with each other. We're not even in the same zip code.
We got different routing numbers.
Offshore.
Different routing. She's like, you going to the bank? And I'm like, yeah. When will you be back?
one?
Well, I'm not going to tell you because then you'll know how far away it is. I mean, that's where we're at. Mine's across the street, down the street.
Yeah, it's just Gulf Coast.
Right there.
I'll tell her.
Yeah. So. But no, yeah, we're completely separate. But no, I have friends that are the cheapest people I ever met in my life, and I went golfing with a guy one time, and he was checking out. He was buying golf balls or something, and I needed tees, and I was like, threw a bag of tees on there. They're $1, like $1 for 10 tees or whatever it was. This guy goes later on, buys a drink. He's like, "Hey, you mind buying me a drink?" Or he wants a drink. He said, "You mind buying me a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, not a problem." He goes, "Well, I'd pay you, but I got those teas back." I'm like, "Those teas were $1." And I don't want you to pay me for this drink.
It's a double Tito's.
I mean,
10.
I mean, it's just like, good golly. I mean, just got me off cage. I'm starting to sweat. Good boy.
Dude, you mad.
I know.
I feel like I'm touching a nerve, man.
So Buster, we're gonna ask you what's your beef? You got a beef moment for us?
Man, pretty laid back. I have to think about this for a minute because
Okay.
I know there's always something. I'd probably have to ask my wife, like, what's the thing that gets me cranked off the most? Oh man,
Dale, you got a beef?
You know what? I was driving earlier because I was thinking to myself, I said, man, we got to make sure we have a beef every time that we come to these shows, unless
I'm
something
gonna ask my wife. I want to be a good husband.
something just that pops off. Probably my beef is whenever my wife will blow my freaking phone up when she knows I'm busy. Like that really pisses me off more than anything. Like if I'm in the middle of something,
Define blowing up your phone.
Yeah,
like multiple texts back to back to back to back, like 4 or 5 texts.
But are those texts, are they separate things, or is it like, "Hey, where are you at? Hey, why aren't you calling me back? Hey, what are you doing?"
No, not so much that. It's just a bunch of Crystal text.
Yeah, God bless her.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. But no, my beef is just, I think really if I'm busy and my phone blows up, I don't know why that pisses me off more than anything. Like whenever I'm just in the middle of something and like if I can't get to my phone, or if it's like and just keeps going off, man, that really pisses me. Like I don't get mad. Like I'll punch something.
Do you think that that's a texter issue, or is that a Dale
is it just
issue?
Crystal, or is it anybody that hits you up like
No,
that? Or
I
is
think
Crystal
it's-
the only one that hits you up like that?
No, well, Crystal, she'll have one thought with 18 texts in it. It's just
Oh, like so
she texts like MP3 baseball.
So MP3, yeah, he probably drives you nuts.
Well, I mean, he doesn't because I know that's how he is, and it's not like he does all the time.
But that's how Crystal is, and she does it all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Like
Dude, honestly, man, that drives me insane when people blow me up.
I know.
I didn't want to steal your beef because I'm gonna get pissed off.
It'll steal your beef.
Drives me nuts.
That's what I've had to mute. I mute notifications. I stopped wearing an Apple Watch just because I was like, I'm just gonna go back to a basic. I don't even want anybody to know if I know that.
I would never wear an Apple Watch
Really?
because it would drive me crazy.
Oh, it started getting me one day, and I just took it off, and I'll wear it when I go work out, and then I take it back, put it on the charger, and I throw an old school G-Shock on, and I'm like, oh, that's
I don't want to be like, I'm already connected to my phone. I don't want to have it on my wrist too. Like I told Crystal, I do that. That's causing anxiety to you. I guarantee you always this and doing this, and she tries to answer the phone from that. I'm like, dude,
I'm not
get
a fan
pissed.
of those people.
Oh, she does.
That could be my beef.
There was a guy in my golf group today that he had an iPhone and his Apple Watch, and he was answering his phone all the time, looking at his watch, tapping it when his phone would ring or whatever people do on that stuff. That does drive me nuts. He also had AirPods in.
Oh wow, that's a
He's,
lot. This dude's Apple.
He's a consumer.
How long do you think it takes him to charge everything?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what pisses me off, or that's my beef. Sorry. That's the thing, like the amount of things that we have to charge nowadays. You got to charge your phone. You got to charge your watch. You got to charge your iPods. You got to charge your kids' stuff. You got to charge everything. No. Laptops.
Every time I need my laptop, it's dead for some reason. It pisses me off.
You would almost think that by now, I mean, we literally, as Americans, can, touch a button and send a missile to hit a dime 6,000 miles away. You would think that somebody at this point in time would have invented a charging system that every device is charged by the same one. We have Lightning, we got USB, we got USB-C, we got micro. Yeah, I mean, my God, can we just charge everything with one?
I think USB-C
And then
is
it's the wattage
future.
too.
Yeah.
Like if your power brick doesn't have the right wattage, it won't charge. I played hell with my phone today trying to get somebody. My wife said stealing the covers. So, I got mad last night.
Damn it, Kelly.
She was stealing your covers?
Oh yeah, for some reason, like
yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but we keep our house cold. Like
We do too.
Oh, yeah.
like real cold at night. And I was like, oh, it's cold. Give me the covers. And she just kept stealing them, and it got at one point where I like grabbed them, yanked them over, like I'm like sitting them underneath me, and then I'm like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I got up, grabbed another blanket, threw that on.
Oh, that's why we have a guest room. You steal my covers. It's separation.
Who goes? Do you or her?
It doesn't matter.
It's whoever gets offended,
Whoever. If I get mad, then I'll stomp out. And
Ah,
I'll go sleep in the other
He's
room.
such a big man.
Yeah, and I'll cry. No, I don't have that issue. I got my own blankets.
So what's been your involvement with the with City Mark, the church, man? I know I've seen you doing some stuff. I know for a while you started some. You're trying to start this men's deal. Man, I hate to.
it was our small group.
But you had a thing you made, like you made a logo for it, the Roots or something.
Oh, that's with the Good Old Boy podcast.
Okay.
That's something I'm working on the side, just a development. You know, I fell in love with the personal development sphere, and I guess one of the biggest things that happened was, you know, we've been going to City Mark for like 5-6 years now. My buddy Patrick and Melissa brought us over there, and then they had a falling out with our pastor.
Yep.
And then during COVID, it was kind of crazy, and so Matt and Kate came and took over. And man, when they came in and they started making changes and doing things, it really galvanized us to get more involved with the church. And because, you know, you can have your simple, we go every Sunday, we do our thing, we leave and go, and that's it. But being more involved, got involved with the men's group over there. They have a really good men's group, volunteering, everything they're trying to do in the community. If you ever hear Matt talk about it, anyway, he's like, we're here to save souls, and we're here to do it within our community here in League City and branch out and grow. And so he's constantly like, I need people to do this. I'm like, okay, let's go. I need people to be here or do that. No, let's go. And then getting involved with the men's group. We'd meet every Tuesday night. We have a breakfast we do once a month. We have a big men's night we do twice a year. She blowing you up?
The group text that she's in it. Nine texts so far. Her and this other family.
So yeah, so that's
No,
that's been a real good thing for me, just being able to serve there, help out, lead a couple of men. You know, it's a bunch of good guys out there. So
Yeah.
and it's all different walks of life. So
yeah. No, I see that, man. Like I admire that about you, is what you your servant heart and what you do. Like even for the neighborhood, man. Like I said, he's the moderator for our Men of Marbella.
oh God,
our page. But like I said, man, I tell you what, if there's something you need, the go-to guy, Uncle Buster's the go-to guy, man. I mean, that's just what it
donuts.
is. No, that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's one of those things where hell, I text you one time. I was like, dude, my disposal's clogged.
He doesn't even know what it's called.
I don't know. Yeah. My disposal clogged. What'd I do? And he brought me over that wrench to do something.
Oh,
you know?
that wrench to turn it.
Yeah.
Little Allen wrench.
just something
Yeah, I
like
was like,
that.
dude, but I think about guys to call. I'm like, dude, I lean on Buster for stuff. You know, I talked to you for a while because we were all busy in life, and I'll hit you up like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
and he's there to do what you got to do.
We'll
man.
catch each other here and there, and that's stage of life. I think a lot of us are in. We all have kids about the same age. We're all running between sports. We're running between everything going on. And you get like little moments here and there, but I know if I needed something, I can call you. And, you know, I've reached out to you for some things, and just checking on guys, seeing what's going on. I mean, that's the biggest part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I highly recommend. I'll give a shout out to City Mark and Matt and everything they're doing there. They've grown the church. They're getting ready to build it out even more. They're getting ready to have this huge area. And I know that, you know, sometimes you see these big mega churches and what they're doing. It's like somebody the other day said, well, isn't it great? At least all those people are going to church. And it's like, I guess so, you know?
Yeah.
You know, why not build and build and build? So,
well, like I said, we've been going to One Life, and we've enjoyed it there. we were in the mix of the transition. I did see Matt, like, so it's funny. I remember seeing Matt when he first started. I liked the guy a lot. Fast forward a couple years, I'm in CrossFit one day. This dude's in there lifting. He's like freaking strict pressing over, standing strict pressing like 285. I'm like, this dude's a freaking ogre, you know?
It's easy.
And then like the next day, like somebody posted on some of our CrossFit Chemo page on Instagram and tagged him. I was like, oh my God, I was wondering, I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. Yeah. And that's what it was. And we started messaging them. Since then, we've had some good conversations. And man, he's a great dude. I like that he's a real dude. That makes it most appealing to him, you know.
Yeah, a lot of the guys in the men's group are just plain guys, no BS, no nothing guys that you can go to with stuff. I've had it both ways, where guys have come to me with things, and I've had things where I've gone to other guys and like, man, can I talk to you about this situation or something that's weighing on my heart? And it's been nothing but just. It's not like a condemnation. It's like, man, we're just here to help. Let's get you straightened out. Let's get everybody on the same page, going in a good direction. And it's
like the iron sharpens iron thing.
Yeah.
You know, it really goes back to that. I think that's the coolest thing about the men's fellowship. We were in a small group just past year with our group, and we would break off more to the guys. And that's where I actually enjoyed it. Yeah. I didn't feel weird talking or whatever about, not so much talking about your feelings, but you're talking about real life stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have a group of guys that you respect and you don't feel that judgy or whatever, it makes it nice because you kind of, can really open up about some stuff,
You can drop the ego. You can drop the, because it's very easy to find yourself in a situation. Everybody's like, I'm doing this. It's kind of like getting on Instagram and everybody's got the millionaire selling their course, figure out how they sold that's my beef right now.
What's your beef?
The Instagram people who are like, I made $30,000 today sitting at home drinking coffee. Yeah. Click find out how in my bio to download my ebook and all that stuff. And I'm like, somebody post their Etsy store. I want to see your Etsy store. I want to see this store that made that much selling. I want to go.
Let's see your P&L.
Yeah, show me a profit and loss statement. Yeah. I will do that. Other than that, I'm not trying to buy your course. I'm not that just clogs my feed. I start blocking like search terms, MMR master or MRR resale rights. Yeah. I'm like, show me a business. Show me brick and mortar. Show me something besides that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a tangent.
9 times out of 10, those people that are having like, I'll tell you. So, I love Grant Cardone. I always have. Just the way he builds things and does stuff. So he has these conferences that are nationwide where you can go and you can learn, and you pay us an exorbitant amount of money. You read his book for $20. It's the conference in the book. I mean, that's what it is. It's literally just something you can. It's a tangible piece of it. So, I don't like the people that make $30,000 a month off coffee. I could see how that'd be a beef.
Yeah,
but that would be nice.
It would be.
Sit there and drink coffee. And
there's a reason why. I'll look through it for a minute.
Yeah. I want to know more.
Show me more. Show me
it's
more.
a scam. Damn it.
It's Limu. We talked about that. Yeah. Remember that? Uh-huh. We talked about that last episode.
So I ended up looking it up. So Limu was purchased by some other company. They don't sell it as Limu anymore, but the company that bought them does sell. It's like Axion Products or something. So they do still sell it, but it's not so much of a multi-level marketing deal anymore.
Okay,
that's good.
That was a deal. That was huge. I mean, I'm offshore all over, but like I said, it was huge in Lake Charles, dude. Golly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's such
all these people with orange juice. I think it was just Tang inside a glass bottle.
Great marketing team. You don't need a good product. You just need a good marketing team.
You know these juicing things that you can call and they'll deliver juice to your door.
Yeah.
I
squeeze. Don't lie.
That is just something like if you want to do it, that's fine. Have at it. But that just goes to show how lazy Americans are.
Yeah.
Is that we can't even figure out how to make juice. We have to have it delivered to our door in less than 24 hours.
In a monthly subscription.
Golly. Like, it just drives me nuts. Like, get a juicer. Who doesn't have a juicer?
I don't have juice.
I don't.
I don't
either.
I don't drink juice.
I don't either.
I buy it bottled.
I got a little thing that'll like I can put limes on to make margaritas.
Hey, that's a juicer.
Yeah.
Well, no, you go to Target or whatever and get a juicer for $40 or whatever. Hell, you're spending $120 on this, some juice cleanse or whatever it is.
Yep.
Go buy some apples and some oranges or whatever.
I don't know how beneficial that stuff can be either.
I just don't see why you just don't take X-Lax.
Yeah. Or
Or
Xylem Husk.
Yes.
Everybody's on. Once again, I don't know. My algorithm's kind of messed up. I'll throw stuff out there just to see what happens. But the colon broom.
Hey, I bought some.
He got hooked.
Hey, no, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Whatever you're about to say, it's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Okay. The main ingredient. Mm-hmm. Xylem Husk.
Yeah.
What is the first thing I said after I got it?
I know. He's like, dude. I got rooked. I got rooked.
$7 at HEB.
Yeah.
I got the big bottle.
Yeah.
That stuff does work.
Yeah.
The good thing I will
One
say,
wipe. You're done.
I will say,
Sometimes you're like, what's in there?
I will say that the colon brew it does taste good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xylem Husk is what it is, and I think I did it just to try it, like just to say it.
Why not? I'm a sucker for some of these things
Yeah. Dude,
sometimes.
me too.
I'm like, okay, like with Thesis, the nootropic.
Yeah.
If it's got anything to do with like mental sharpness, like getting better, stuff like
You're
that,
sold.
I'm sold. I'm good. Let's go. Let's dance.
Yeah. What is Joe Rogan's deal?
AG1.
Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain.
Alpha
I've
Brain?
done that
I've
one.
done on it. Yeah, Alpha Brain. I've actually, you know what? On it used to have the best pre-workout back in the day. It was like a test booster pre-workout.
Uh-huh.
And dude, I tell you what, they stopped making it, but that was I used to buy that back in the day. Whenever On It, that was before me and Chris had kids. That was how long On It's been around.
Still miss Jacked.
Oh yeah, no. The original Jack 3D.
Original Jack 3D. Bought it at GNC.
They get you. And I think it had cocaine in it.
Probably.
Jacked. I remember
Jack
that. But
3D.
Yeah.
you know what else I think I've talked
It'll
about
explode the blue raspberry.
This. Remember Nitro Tech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about? I mean, let's be immature here.
Let's do it.
When you take a dump, take a Nitro Tech,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, once your feces gets to that water plant, you got people filing for unemployment. I mean, I'm telling you what, that thing, it could gag a maggot on a gut wagon.
They still sell Nitrotech?
I don't
Probably
think
not
so.
in the original formula.
I hope not. I mean, golly, it was
hope not.
just such a. You peeled the paint off the walls of the bathroom. I had to change the toilet 4 times. I mean, it went just. I pooped straight through that porcelain. Oh, golly. It's make me have the heebie-jeebies.
Now you're wondering, can I still get that?
I'll do it. I would still do it. That stuff worked really well. It was,
A little pre-workout, a little Xylem Husk, get you a C4, good to go.
C4s.
Are you energy drink guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you go to?
I will do a, I am really liking the Ghost for the flavors.
Yeah.
They have the Swedish fish.
I never had those yet, but I've seen it. They're like,
Oh, they're good.
They sell them at Valero right down the street.
I'll do a C4 just because it has the beta-alanine and I like the tingles.
I like the tingles too.
So, what's your favorite flavor of C4?
I like the orange dreamsicle.
Okay.
That is a really good one. Now,
The Skittles one, I did try the Skittles. That's pretty
Skittles
good.
is good. That's a
The
good
zero
one.
sugar one, I've had
Yeah.
that. I did try that.
And then the Prime,
The energy-
pop, the
Oh yeah,
bomb pop one.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I like the energy drinks way better than the drinks.
Yes.
the drinks are.
I don't like coconut water.
Ah.
See, C4 to me is a little too sweet. I'm not a big sugary taste fan. I like energy drinks, but I'm not a connoisseur.
Funny, you find any guy in sales and they're like energy drinks,
Yeah.
and you got that one guy who's like, just black coffee for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not a black coffee guy. He is.
I am.
I am. I can do. I'll have black coffee in the morning, and then I'll go have my bang. My mother-in-law, I love her to death. I got great in-laws, and one day she comes over and she's like, "I bought Prime for the kids." We're like, "Hey, thanks, great, appreciate it." And she's loading it up. I'm like, "These are energy drinks," and she's like, "Oh, well, do I need to take them back?" I'm like, "Oh no,
Yep.
no, no.
I got them.
Well, let's just go." And like, so I'd send her a picture of me like on the way to work drinking my energy drink.
Yeah.
She stocked us up for a while. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, I'm a pot of coffee a day before 11.
Yeah.
I just crush it.
I'm not a big coffee guy.
I love it in the morning. Like, starts my day off right. Gets my bowels.
I like good coffee. I'm very picky about coffee. Art of coffee, crush it.
I'm not picky about it.
I don't like just like Starbucks coffee. I don't like it.
McDonald's coffee. I don't know how people like
Starbucks
that.
is my least
terrible.
favorite coffee, but I still drink it because I'm addicted to it.
At least you admit it.
Man, I drink Folgers in the morning. That's where I'm at.
I'm
in my
community.
life. Community's great.
If you're Louisiana, you gotta drink community.
So Kelly went to Kroger, and they had the bags for sale for $4 a pop. So FYI.
Oh my gosh.
Gus was like, "Why'd you buy 6 bags of coffee, Mom?"
Yeah, because they're like $8 regular, right? $7-8.
That's why I like flying Southwest, is because they serve community coffee.
Oh.
So what kind of? Are you still at Swedgelock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still there, 13 years.
13 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vaughn's in the multi-unit construction, multifamily construction business. Me and Buster are in the same industry, different facets, I would say. But yeah, man. So we're all in the sales world. That's we talked a lot about that when I was on your podcast about sales and selling.
And it's funny now. I'm at the point where I'm the old guy on the team.
Yeah,
and we got a lot of young kids on our team. Just
Papa Buster
cutting their teeth on it, and I'm sitting there trying to dispel a little bit of wisdom to them. They're like, "Oh, this happened." I'm like, "Do this, try this out, go make mistakes, do whatever."
Yeah.
But I love it. I love seeing these young guys come out of college, their first job. They're all excited. None of them are married, but they all have girlfriends they're living with. So I'm like, "How's your roommate?"
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How's the young crop been looking for you guys? Like, because y'all, I mean, y'all are a big company, so y'all have probably a training program and do things like that. We're definitely a smaller company where the training they're going to get is from me or my counterpart. But
We've been growing so much, we've had to develop that onboarding and training to where these guys now, before it'd be like, "You're a salesman now, learn about the product and then go out there and ride along and with guys." And now they go through this whole rotational program where they're learning the different facets of the business first, and then they get out there. And when they get out there, we're working really hard with them on, "Hey, this is how you talk to people." So that's the biggest thing. Like, this is how you talk to people. This is how you ask questions. This is, this is how you handle conflict. This is how you
fact finding.
Yeah, all that stuff. So these guys are really good. I like them a lot. In fact, we just went to Vegas for our sales conference.
Yeah, I heard you talking about the last podcast.
And it was great. It was fun. These young guys out there and our team and everybody getting together and just cutting loose. And we're working really hard. The industry's changing a lot. So it's
What's been the biggest change for you guys since COVID?
Man, I'll say this: when COVID hit, a lot. My role didn't change that much because I'm really technical in the field. So with those guys, it'd be like, "Hey, the first week, don't come out here. Second week, well, we're working on this." And that third week, they were like, "Can you come out here?" And I didn't stop. I was still going out, seeing customers, doing that, getting closer to them. Since then, it's really just been, you had a lot of the lifers who'd been there 20, 30, 40 years in this role, and then they drop off. And they're like, you walk in one day like, "Where's Claude?" Like, "Claude drug up yesterday." I was like, "He left you a PO though." I'm like, "All right, way to go on the way out, Claude." But now you got a bunch of young engineers coming in. You got a lot of young people out there who don't have that experience. They got a lot of book knowledge, but they don't have the experience.
They don't know the facilities either.
They don't
know
practical knowledge.
No, I'm the one who's like, "Grab your hard hat, let's go in the plant, and I'll show you where this is and how this works." And this is because some of these guys are like, "I haven't even been in a unit yet, and I've been here 6 months." I'm like,
Holy shit!
"Let's go!"
Yeah, that's a lot of knowledge these plants are losing. I know that because the same way in a lot of my accounts, these guys are leaving, and they know these plants like back of their hand, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they know scenarios. Like, dude, in '85 we did this. We had the same. They don't have. They're losing so much of that. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
For these older facilities.
Yeah.
Same thing's happening with airline pilots.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's much different now. Everybody's retiring. They're getting out. The oil industry is kind of, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of on the same, aviation and oil refining and things like that. They kind of grew up together.
Yeah.
So
it's an industry where you can get in and you can make a complete living out of it your whole time. You can fly a plane for 30 years. You can work in a plant for 30 years.
Yeah.
You can, I don't know, what else can you do that for? You can drive a truck for 30 years. You can, anything that requires a technical expertise, you can do it for 30 years or more. And nowadays, people are like the younger generation are seeing that like, man, they're making a ton of money. It's like, you're starting from day one, son.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and there's no loyalty at these facilities. Like, these guys move around a lot more now too. Like I had a guy that was at Valero. He switched to like Energy Transfer. He's been there for 5-6 years. Like, you ain't see a bunch of guys that our age or the younger group going to be there for 30 years.
They need the people so bad. They're looking for them. They're really looking for talent. They're looking for these guys. I'll say this right now. If you're in school right now, go get you a chemical engineering degree, go get you a mechanical engineering degree, and go work in a plant.
Yeah.
You can walk in. They got guys walking in making 150, 175 a year.
Yeah, I believe it.
Now, you waking up early, but
yeah, but dude, it's a good way of living.
Yeah,
and it ain't going nowhere.
No. It, despite what you see in the news, this thing ain't going anywhere.
No, hell no. Yeah, what about your energy? You have big changes in yours?
Yeah, your home multi.
Yeah, so we do multifamily exterior renovations, rehabs. Our long term, our biggest thing is you look in 2028, 29, it's the same concept.
Yeah.
We're going to be losing most of the talent in the industry, where there's so many openings for what we do that we're never going to be able to fill that shortage unless people are interested in getting into that. The engineering parts, the structural integrity, there's so many like facets to it, but it's going to hit the same thing. And, you go back, we had the baby boomer age, right? So those were the ones that, really kind of got into the plants and into the companies, and loyalty was key. Somebody worked for, Amoco for 40 years, and, you hear about that all the time. You don't hear about that anymore because everybody's jumping from one spot to the next because this person needs talent, or this company needs talent, that other company needs talent, that other company's going to pay more, but that company also has a company next door that needs talent that's going to pay more. So you don't have loyalty anymore, which I don't think we're going to gain that back in our lifetime.
Yeah,
I don't ever see it happening. And then, for us now too, is, as far as current market trend, things look scary from a banking world, and from, we're fully off of what people want to invest in. So if they're buying these properties and, they're on sliding interest rates and things like that, they've got to position themselves, and the banking numbers and the interest rates and things like that just is not looking good for us. But,
Yeah, it was so funny. I was watching today, and I had two different real estate agents talking about, one saying how prices are going to drop because, of this, and one saying prices are going to go up. And I follow along with a lot of people who buy properties, reinvest, they do the whole Burr method, turn around, and they're getting hard money lenders and trying to do that. And all that is a percentage game that you're looking at on an Excel sheet of, like, this is what I buy it for, this is what I can rehab it for, this is what my cost overruns are, it's all the percentages. And I play around, I look for property, and I'm looking at, I'm like, nope.
Yep.
It has to be one hell of a steal to get it, to do that.
And finding a steal is almost impossible.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to happen is you're going to start finding them whenever people are starting to have adjusted mortgage rates and they're getting crushed and they're going to foreclose.
Well, I know a lot of people who during COVID took that program where, like, oh, we'll take all your payments and we'll just put them on the back end. And all of a sudden it's like, people were touting that. They're like, we put our payments on the back end. And it's like, what are you doing with the money now? Well, we're just delaying our payments. I'm like, oh, shit. And as soon as that came due, I know a lot of people who are like, we need to do something serious now.
Yeah.
And And you know, I'm one of these people that I bought my house at a time where I got a 3% mortgage rate.
Yeah.
And I had people calling me. I don't know about you, Dale, but I had people calling me being like, I'll buy your house for this much. I'll buy your house. I'll do this. And it was very tempting. But at the same time, I was like, well, you got to find me.
I can't. Yeah.
You got to find me this.
Any equity I have is going to roll into a house I'm overpaying for.
Yeah.
So it's not going to. I know that's the same thing I've thought about.
And we have, speaking of houses, God, I go off on a tangent here. It's not a beef, but you have people that'll say, hey, I bought this house for $200,000 in 2015. It's worth $500,000 now. I'm making $300,000. But they're not doing the math. It's like you bought it for $200,000. You've made a monthly mortgage payment for $1,500 for the last 10 years, and or actually 14 years now. 14 years. I'm like, take look at your principal balance, dude. You're really only making about $60,000. I mean, if that. I mean, it's crazy. The numbers game that mortgage companies play it's incredible.
I was in banking back in 2008, and a little before that, when everything kind of went to shit back then. And I remember, mortgage lenders were like so excited, 80-20 stated finance, lending, everything. And that's the thing, rates cheap, money's easy, prices on homes go up, availability becomes kind of scarce because you're also bidding against everyone. Same thing happened recently. Mortgage rates were low, money was cheap, people's value of their homes went crazy, and so that's just where we're at right now. Mortgage rates are high. Your availability of homes are going to probably get a lot bigger, so prices are going to have to come down.
They have to.
Yeah, and then once interest rates come down, you just got to time it right. It's a time in whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I bought a house in Galveston with some business partners in 2021, and it was like the stars just aligned to buy that house at what it is, because we wanted to get in the Airbnb game, and it's it's worked out, but it's
I think you get that yellow
Door properties,
yellow,
little house down in Galveston, 900 square feet right behind the Galvez.
Yeah,
dude. That Airbnb thing, it always seems like a lot of work.
It can be if you don't have a good system set up. It's all about your system, who you have. Do you have a good cleaner? I've had to run down there like some nights when something bad has happened. Not bad, but like, hey, your dishwasher's not working. What are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to come and fix it, and I'm going to give you a $100 gift card to go take your family out to eat, and we're going to go through that.
Yeah.
And it's also seasonal, so...
Yeah,
I do short-term rentals, the Airbnb during the hot season, and then when it's not, we go to medium-term rental, and we rent the house out for 6 to 8 months. So we got somebody definitely in there the whole time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It is a good idea.
It's like I got my buddy, Jason, in the mortgage business. He always his thing he's been promoting online is marry the house, date the rate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he put us some statistics about mortgage rates years ago, and he's like, if you wait, I get it there. I mean, that's tough business for these guys to be in right now. I mean, it's got to be very stressful because everybody's talking shit, but people are still buying and selling houses. I mean, it ain't slowing anything down. But the people that would be on the fence, like, man, I was like, I wouldn't mind having another house, but like I said, I'm the same way. I'm like in a 2.75 or right below a 3 interest rate, dude. I would be dumb to get out of that,
I know a lot of people were refinancing when that was happening. Kelly, same thing. She was like, should we refinance our house? I'm like, no. And that's a problem too, is when everybody was refinancing, I know a lot of people who were in their house 5 or 10 years, they refinanced their house and then they went back to 30 and they reset the clock. It's like, you just had another kid.
Yeah.
You didn't save anything. You didn't go match it, or you didn't go less. You
Yeah.
Yep.
So
no,
it's funny. I hate being an adult sometimes.
Yeah.
I miss fun, Buster.
Yeah. Dude, I will tell you this, though. I still have a ton of fun.
I know. I was just joking with you.
Little fat Buster comes out every once in a while. Like I said, I'm having a cocktail every once in a while now. I'm having a good time. Life's fun. Life's good. Life's what you make of it.
Yeah, we had a good year. Like we had our boys Pip and Bronson play baseball together for a few years, and then he coached one year. I helped him coach.
That was.
And so we were like, so that's the fun part of life where we were together a lot because it's there's no bones about it. the teams and the friends with your teams, that's really who you more so, because you're just with them.
Yeah.
In your spare time. And so that's why we got really close then, because we were together quite a bit, man.
Yeah.
Those were some fun years.
I mean, we spent a lot of time practicing. I didn't know I'd never played baseball. Well, you heard my baseball statistics.
You're a
like
batting
MVP.
You were just a batting dummy.
Yeah, I was just a pinch hitter every once in a while when I had to be. But, learning about that and growing up and coaching these boys, I mean, it's still one of my favorite things.
It was fun.
And then Gus got into it, and he took off even more, but it got to this point where, like, I'm out. And I've just been sitting in the stands with the fans. And, before I was always dropping the ball. That's about as much as I can do. I can drop a ball consistently.
In a machine.
In a machine. That's it. But at the same time, I couldn't coach the kids. I couldn't tell them anything. I was like, Dale, scoot them up, move them back, and do whatever. And so during that, I couldn't ever do anything. So now I'm in the stands, and I am like,
it's fun.
I'm vocal as can be. Yeah. I am like, we're in the middle of 110's game, and I'm on the fence just yapping. I'm in Blue's ear, and Coach comes, he's like, I need that guy on my side. I'm like, I got you. I went around the other side, started chirping in his ear again for the other team.
There you go.
I was like, I'll play a psychological game on this.
Baseball parents, man.
I'll tell you
I
what.
sit in the outfield.
Yeah.
On the side.
Oh, I love being in the mix. I like talking shit.
It's just amazing how you got parents talking shit about a kid that's playing in the game, and their parents are sitting right behind them.
No, I don't like that.
It's just
I like talking shit with the parents.
Oh yeah, I'd love doing
to the
that.
parents. It's a good time.
Yeah, that makes a really fun team when you got a really good collection of people.
We had some good teams back then.
We
man.
did.
We had a fun group.
Old Kyle, get him riled up.
Dude, he's on my team again this year. He just joined our team. He's still the same old Kyle.
I was rucking one morning, and I ran into him, and him and I talked about stuff, and I was good. And it's so funny because now Gus is at that age, and Gus is doing very well. I'm very proud of how he's like putting in the work and doing everything. And Kyle Maneri,
PK.
PK and Gus are like at that same age, so they're on the same baseball team, on the same basketball team, all this stuff. And I really got to know Kyle a lot this year. And it's so funny, we're talking, and I said, dude, I know I've seen you around for years. I thought you were a roofer. Yeah. Because he shows up in flip-flops and like board shorts and a T-shirt, blonde hair, slick back. I'm like, he's always tan. I'm like, I thought you were a roofer.
He's a grown man, wears slides everywhere.
Yeah.
Jordan slides. We just had that cruise with him, and we had him call in this past episode.
I heard it.
So we had him call in, but dude, I've been around him a few times, hung at his house.
Yeah,
but this was the first time I had extended time. But dude, he's a good time, man.
Oh man, he is.
He's a good dude. Man.
I had never met him, and that phone call was the first time I've ever met him. I feel like I'm like one of his best friends now.
Oh, he is. He is a good timer. He is a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
Like
he's got a background with Nike. Like he helped recruit Luka Doncic. I mean, like,
oh yeah, dude,
he's got a crazy background. Like coach college basketball. Like he's got pictures of him and Kobe. Like he's got a crazy background.
I have the best story about him.
Let's hear it.
Oh, man, I kind of want to save it for my podcast.
Okay. We'll say. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me just preface this way. If you're in kids sports, always be aware of who the parent might be.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to tell it because it's freaking hilarious. Okay. We're doing basketball, and the coach is coaching the kids, and me and Kyle are on the front row. PK and Gus Ryan. Kyle's post up. He's going in full mode, and if you've never seen him coach, it's really a beautiful thing to see. And there was kind of an altercation or a questioning between the coach and us about giving advice. Who's the coach?
Yeah.
And so finally towards the end of it, Kyle just walks away. He's like, I'm done. And at the end of it, there's a conversation which resulted in the guy going, well, who are you, Maneri? Because he had the home bill. He's like, who are you, Maneri? And I was just like, oh, please drop it. Drop your receipts. I'm like, Google him. Please Google him. This is kids basketball. Google that guy, please. D1 coach. Go, you know,
Dude, he got kicked out the most games like in college.
Is he like real intense?
No.
Well,
like,
on the court, he said he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he would stomp, and he said, dude, he would get some altercation with refs.
Yeah, but good. Like his family is so good. So like my boy will be like, he can't come over. I'm like, yeah, let's go get him. Let's go to Sonic too.
Yeah, so our wives, Crystal's real close with Heather, which got Lindsay, his wife, close with Heather as well. So yeah, Heather, they're really good people, man. They're a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you've ever met. Oh, you've never met Kyle and Heather, but they're good time. Their daughter Ava's funny too.
Yeah.
She always like busts my chops.
No, good.
She's
Good
a funny girl. Hey, one thing we want to do here first, we're going to do the your doppelganger. So So like I said, we're doppelgangers, and so one thing we always do with our guests is like, hey, who's been somebody you've been told you look like, and then we have our app. I took a picture off Facebook of you. I'll plug in there, and we'll see who comes up with that.
So when I had my long hair I did the long hair thing during COVID.
Yep.
And
you had a fro, huh?
Oh, dude, I had like man bun fully. It was, but I would get Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
I gotta Google it.
Google it.
Okay, let me see if he comes up on your thing.
And then I got Tim McGraw a couple of times, but Rick Grimes was the biggest one.
Dude, this is my favorite one. You got
see it?
No. You got a 25% match for Vern Troyer.
Oh my God.
Which picture did you use?
No, I used this one. Oh, no, actually, okay. So your highest ones came back. Michael Radford, never heard of him.
Okay. When I did have my long hair too, I got the guy. There was this
Bill Paxton. I could see that with the nose.
You said Rick Grimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see a little bit of it.
From The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Because your hair was
my hair was kind of long like that.
Yeah.
I'd pull it back. My beard would get scraggly.
Yeah.
And we were at Minute Maid one night, and me and my buddy were walking around. We're getting a cocktail, and the girl's pouring a cocktail, and she's kind of looking at me, and I was being a douchebag because I had my sunglasses on and a hat, and she's just looking at me. I go, "Who do you think I am?" And she goes, "Are you the guy from The Walking Dead?" I go, "Yeah." Shh. She's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, We're thinking about filming the Nolan Ryan biography, and I'm here to do some research on the culture of, him. And apparently they don't like him here. They think he's a ranger." And so the girl was like, "Oh, you'd be great as him." I was like, "Well, pray for me that I get it."
Pray for me. Larry the Cable Guy came up too. Vern Troy's the most realistic one. Dude, I don't know how that one came up.
That dude died, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. God bless him.
You look like the alive version of him, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Vern Troyer, did you ever watch that Celebrity Rehab?
Dude, I don't remember. I mean,
Is
I
that the
remember
one where
seeing
he
clips.
fell off the scooter?
Yeah,
and
like
he would
get hammered drunk,
Yes.
and then he couldn't get off his scooter, so he would just sit there in his scooter and just start peeing,
Yes.
just all over the
Yeah,
floor.
he was a drunk dude. Poor fella.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Scary.
Mini-me.
So so Good Old Boy podcast. So what would you tell your old self after all these years if you had to do it again?
Starting from a younger age?
Yeah, like what would you go back and tell your younger self? Just because I know that you've had a big life shift from when I first met you to then, like far as what you're doing, and like I know probably you've always had that servant in your blood. How you do you like same way we like to cook and do stuff for people, but like the biggest change for you, like what would you go back and tell yourself?
Man, that's a good question. I think I'd go back to myself and just say, like, take things a little more seriously. Have a little more, be a little more focused. Because, you grow up in Louisiana, you're just wilding out. You're having a good time. And, I spent a lot of time enjoying life. And I would tell him, like, man, focus up a little bit, tighten it up a little bit more, and you'd be further down the road. Because I'm trying to play catch up right now on a lot of stuff, and it's beautiful. I love it. The challenge is ahead of me, but yeah, I'm the kind of guy right now. I feel like I'm behind on my race that I'm running, and I've got certain areas I got to come back on and.
Yeah, I feel the same. I mean, I think that's probably a lot of us. Same way. Like I feel like behind the 8 ball on a lot of things. Mm-hmm. You start looking back, you're like, man, I'm 40 years old.
Yeah,
like shit's flying by. One of the things that freaked me out the other day, my buddy, he's friends with Ernie. I don't know if you know Ernie Farron.
Yeah.
So Ernie and Kimmy. But we were talking about the girls getting older. I mean, Mackenzie's in 8th grade now. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, it made me think about it the other day. We only got 4 summers left with them. I'm like, dude, that depressed me just thinking about that. Mm-hmm. Because they watch that thing, the X amount of their life you have with them. And then from graduation on, you really spend like a year with them.
Yeah.
For the rest of that,
4 summers left. That's 4 years.
Yeah, but you think about if you think about
once they
compartmentalize in the 4 summers left with your kids in the house. You know what I'm saying, Mackenzie. I'm saying.
Oh, she's 12.
She's 13.
13.
But I'm saying, I'm talking about
I got you.
School.
I got you.
When you break it down like that, I mean, you definitely compartmentalizing into that, but it's scary to think like this. That's like.
I don't think we reflect on time enough on what's going on. I've got one of the episodes I'm getting ready to drop. It deals with that and about how, all right, I'm 42. I've got people in my family. The men live to be about 90. So I got. If everything goes right and I take care of myself, I could be 50. I got 50 more years. I'm a little over halfway through. But that means in that long span, great. But in the short span, like you said, my oldest boy's 11.
Yeah.
7 years, he's going to be in college. And don't even talk about how, he's going to start going with his friends. I mean, it happens right now. They come in and they go out the door, and I see them later on.
I
know. So trying to spend as much time with them doing that. And then at the end of that, Ellis, my little baby girl, she's 5. So I've got, 13 years. Math isn't my strong suit. I've got 13 years with her.
Should have took math more serious.
Yeah, hopefully. She's actually smart. But 13 years from now, she's in college, and then Kelly and I are on our own. And, what am I planning for the next 13 years to make sure that goes on? And
yeah. No, dude, it's scary to think about like I said, dude, I enjoy my family time. We do a lot of family stuff together. Busy outside of that, we do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it's for them. You know, you're trying to do stuff, and we're trying to stay active and
trying to
stay
be
young at heart.
And,
you're trying to do and be a good parent and husband, and it's a lot, man. It gets a lot.
It is, but it's doable. And when you get around other people that are like that, like for me, I got my golf cart. I'll throw my kids on the golf cart. We'll play the clean version of rap music, but my kids know Biggie, they know Tupac, they know Master P, they know all the good ones. But we build this thing man, you can have fun in life, and I want my kids to know, look, with us, come have fun. Your friends want to come have fun? Come have fun. We'll got music playing in the house all the time. I don't open door policy. I'll come home from work, and I've got 10 kids in my house, and I'm like, rock and roll dudes, what do y'all need? Popsicles in the freezer?
Yeah.
Don't touch my candy.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm
like kids.
I'm a closed door policy. No kids in the house. No, I'm kidding. We do. No, I'm not. My son, there's no kids in this neighborhood, so it's not easy for anybody to come over.
You coming to Marbella, man?
You know how many times people try to recruit me to Marbella? I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll never do it.
You got a good interest rate?
I've got a good interest rate. I live right next to 45, studio. And I'm about to not have a mortgage. So that's a huge thing.
Oh, you're one of those.
Stay
where you at. You're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna refinance.
Refinance gets you like $100 a month. 30 years.
No, I'm gonna refinance it to the current value and then just take all the cash and blow it. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Do it. Put on the podcast.
No, I guarantee it. Yeah.
Be a whole episode.
Yeah. So what's next for you, man? What's next for Buster and Good Old Boy Podcast?
Keep going with the podcast. Keep learning with that. Got some programs that I want to build out on that. I really want to just build a network from that platform out for guys to be able to learn, grow, meet other people, get better. That's the main goal behind that at this point. You know, I shut down some other activities I had that I was doing, and I said, this is what I want to do. I want to focus it. I want to go all in on it. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Good, man. No, man, I'm glad you got to come hang out. I know it was short notice, man. But man, like I said,
I appreciate y'all allowing me to be a part of this because, man, I watch y'all shows. I listen to it, and I love seeing what y'all are creating. I love to see what people create.
Yeah,
that's people are amazing. That's why I can go on Instagram Reels and see like the funny things people are laughing. I'm like, oh, people are amazing. And for y'all to do this, and you know who y'all are connected, and you know I've seen like the Good Ranchers. Y'all had Trey from the Faye. Y'all are doing the same thing. Y'all are bringing awareness, bringing people. That's beautiful. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to create.
Yeah,
I love fellowship. I love a good hang. Hey, we've been blessed with Good Ranchers coming in and like wanting to be a part of this, and like, dude, they're excited about us, and they do stuff. They do big stuff, and they treat us like we're a big deal for them too, you know. And they know we have fun, and they've been good to us, and they keep us around, and they take us to Indy 500. They've taken us to
that's so cool.
Arizona for the Super Bowl for celebrity golf tournaments. I mean,
who is a celebrity?
Huh? We played with.
Biggest they got right here.
I'll never forget. We were hanging out one time.
Or maybe Charles Woodson.
Yeah, we played with Charles Woodson. But yeah, man, I know. So,
well, that's good, man. I love it. Keep going. Don't break the chain. Don't break the streak. Keep going every week. Y'all got the setup, man. Just early on, Vaughn was more worried about it as me, like the analytics, and I was like,
I'm a numbers guy.
But we had good numbers out the gate. I mean, luckily from having a following from the show, stuff like that. So you know, we've taken advantage of that. But we'd see numbers go up and then taper off, and then we'd have some things that hit. I'm like, dude, just trust the process. I'm just keep doing.
Just if you look at anybody, I mean, if you've already been doing this for this long and you've put it out once a week, you've already done more than a lot of any other podcast.
Most podcasts fail after 7 episodes.
Right. They just stop. And I'm on Reddit and I'm in podcasting groups and I hear people like what they're posting on these things. I'm like, y'all are overthinking the shit out of this.
Yeah.
It just get there. I'll look at some stuff and I like to look at the analytics too, just to see like what made this episode hit so well that like, oh man, this one like went way off. Like I did one about a notebook and that one went like gangbuster. And I'm like, why? So I kind of had to be like, all right, what do people want to know about a notebook?
Yeah.
So
I've quickly learned that those analytics don't matter.
No.
I mean, in this. I know this is crazy. It sounds egotistical, but I mean, I've been at airports where people are like, "Oh my god, I listened to your podcast," and it's like, I'm a nobody, really. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like I'm not, some sort of celebrity or anything like that. But it's like, man, we're really like people are listening to this. We had that in Ohio. I was like, wow.
Well, look at beautiful example of this is Jordan Peterson. Yeah. He became really well known, and people were like, "Where did this guy come from?" And then you go look on his YouTube, and it's like, "Oh, this guy was posting stuff for 10 years."
Yeah.
In all his classes, and then all it takes is one hit, and that's creating and have the want and ability to just produce good content. You're not out here just throwing stuff out. You put some intention behind it, a purpose. Good to go. You bring out great people, have conversations, have some jokes and laugh.
Yeah.
I like conversations, so that's why I wanted to start a podcast. I like listening to conversations. I like even driving around a truck. I really listen to that. The music, hearing people talk.
Yeah,
and you learn a lot. Like I learn a ton from listening to Rogan, to listen to even comedians just talk about life experiences. Man, it's just super cool. Especially because a lot of comedians have families, and then they talk about family time, and it's just that you get insight to everybody's life, which is cool.
Yeah, that's a real good thing. You just, if you're willing to sit here, have a conversation, open up, be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like I can probably sit here for a long time and tell you about homeschooling kids and you know, the difficulties that come with that, and you know, your kids. I'm sure your kids are getting to an age where it's like it's a different style of parenting now.
Yeah.
All these things. But if nobody wants to talk about it and share it and poke fun at it and laugh about it, you know, nobody's going to figure it out. They're just going to think like, I'm just failing. And they were like, oh, that guy's failing too. But, oh, okay. You know.
Tim Tebow was homeschooled, so.
Yeah.
Worked out for him.
So, Gus, we just actually had to put him back in public school.
That's what Kelly told me.
Yeah. And we put him in because he got diagnosed with dyslexia. And we're at my company party a few years ago. And we're talking to one of the guys, and he's an attorney. He's his local representative. He's a very refined guy, and he was homeschooled his whole life. And he goes, and we told him like, yeah, well, our middle boy, he's not reading that well. He goes, I didn't read till I was 12. I'm like, you see? Yeah. Thank you.
We got hope for this one.
We got hope. It's a good thing he's a little athlete.
How old's Gus now?
He just turned 8.
I said, when I see him, I said, he's a man child, dude. He is a big boy.
He is.
He's tall, too.
Yeah. He's got the Caballero in him. We're from a healthy stock.
Oh, Gus, Gus.
That's funny.
Go look at, have you seen Pip?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. He's big. He was always bigger than everybody else when they were kids. You know, he was always the taller kid, too.
He's almost as tall as Kelly.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So, kids, love it.
Yeah, it's fun, man. Well, appreciate you coming on, man. I know you got your stuff to do and your family to get to, but glad we do this. We'll share it. We'll be tagging Good Old Boy Podcast, and you know,
appreciate it.
We'll go.
You know, we need to get you all over to the house in my.
Let's
studio.
do it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. It's a different change of pace, man.
Yeah.
I like to talk about other stuff. I'll have to send you the one I did. One with my buddy that has the Positive Vibe movement. I did his.
Oh, nice.
And you know, I talked about that. About stuff, talk about being vulnerable. I talked with him about stuff that I don't typically talk about with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we'd be interested. Definitely go do something. Do a collab,
man.
Yeah,
be awesome.
Have some good time.
Well, thank y'all.
Well, thank you.
Yep. Well, we're out.
That's 70 of them.
70 done.
Go, go, go. So hope you're ready for the show. Strap in, 'cause we ready to roll.